on. It's bonus stuff, everyone. We just got done reviewing the first 4 episodes of Netflix, The Fall of the House of Usher. So go check out that video and see what we thought. Tell us what you think. But since it is that spooky time of year, this is the time where you might see a random zombie walking around. And I thought we'd do this little quiz I found online to see
Are you a zombie?
how we would do if a zombie
You have flesh
apocalypse
falling off
happened.
of your bones.
So we're going to answer these questions as a group.
Oh, as a group?
Yeah, to see what
You
result
guys
we
would hold
get.
me back.
I don't even know what the result of this quiz is going to be, so we will find
You're
out.
dead.
So the
Joseph
first,
is patient zero.
the first question is, you just heard that a zombie attack has hit your hometown. What do you do? And our choices is stay cool and grab the nearest weapon you can find and carry on. We can run and escape, find some way to make sure you're safe. Worry about your friends and family and try to find them. Don't sweat it. You've already planned for situations like this. Or find the nearest person in charge and follow them. So what do you guys think?
I'd say we'd grab the weapon. Because one, you never follow the government because the government eventually falls, right?
It's true.
You never go after your friends and family because then you're a side character.
They're already dead.
Yeah. And then it turns out that they've been dead the whole time. And then there's a big
Waste
reunion.
of time.
We don't plan for this. It's not the mid 2000s anymore. That
We
hasn't.
plan for it, then those
And then
plans
it just-
expire.
Yeah, they just never. The rations expired. We it didn't
We
happen.
ate our stockpile of food.
Yeah.
Well,
It didn't happen, so it'd be fine.
You don't really want to find the nearest person in charge because they're probably going to get taken out
Yes.
or get you taken
or
out.
Yeah,
you're
or
going
kill
to
you.
get in between some group fight, and you're like, no, I just wanted.
Yeah, that whole ridiculousness in
Yeah.
Last of Us between those two groups.
There
It's
you
like,
go.
yeah, I don't want to be part of that.
So we're staying cool and we're grabbing the nearest
I would
weapon.
say that, yes.
Okay.
Also, it depends on what house we're at. We have plenty of them.
Okay, so we go to the next. This is the next one. Sorry, this is a weird thing where they didn't want me to start a different quiz just because I hit this quiz.
Sign up for an account.
Become a zombie today.
Uh
Zombies are us.
I zombie.
I zombie.
There it is.
You
You
never
gotta-
finish that show.
oh, you've just come across your first zombie. What's your plan of action? Do we fight? It's better to kill it now than leave it to come back. Do we look for ways to use anyone or anything to our advantage? Do we catch its attention and distract it from nearby survivors? Do we think about the best course of action before making a move? There might be something you're not seeing. Or do we hide behind the nearest object and wait for it to leave?
We take Carlos, we throw him as bait, then while it's getting close, we stab it, and stab
That's what I was going to say. Like, create a distraction and kill it. So I guess kill it.
Yeah.
But while using Carlos.
Yeah.
Are
Carlos
you
is
fine with throwing up Carlos to the...
Because Carlos, if he laughs, he will give us away.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay, so we're looking for
Oh,
ways
that
to
is
use...
doomed.
Yeah, we are doomed.
We're looking for ways to use anyone and anything to our advantage is what we're saying.
Specifically, Carlos.
Sorry, Carlos.
The next question, it's crunch time. Some people would be good right about now. Who do you take to safety? Whoever's in your vicinity or looking for help? Just you, look out for your own safety first. Friends and family got to make sure they're safe. Whoever fits in your plan for safety, you've accounted for all variables, or whoever can help you to safety. So do we go back for our family, or do we just...
I think our families are dead.
Yeah.
So I
Never
think-
go back.
I think just us then.
Always continue.
So do we take
And-
anyone else on our group?
I feel like that makes it too easy if we don't take someone. I feel like we need the challenge to keep
What
it
about
interesting.
look for people who can
I need a
help you?
challenge in this apocalypse.
What about look for people who can help? Don't make this an achievement.
So do we look for
100% the apocalypse.
specific people that fits our plan, or do we just take whoever's around?
We can look for specific.
Specific,
we need
yeah.
we need our heist team.
We-
we-
it's like it's
we
the
as a
assembly moment where it's
Yeah.
like we got Jim, the lock picker. We got Phil, the hacker.
The lockpick.
Okay, we take whoever fits into our plan, is what we're saying. Question 4. The zombie apocalypse is well underway by now. where are you going for safety? Do you stay on the run? You'll handle anything that comes your way. Wherever keeps you safe, doesn't matter who it belongs to. Any fortified location to keep your friends and family safe. Your ideal base, the one you picked out long before the infection, so we can throw that one out because we didn't.
Actually, I have one.
Okay, the city. It's better to hide out there.
Hell no.
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 Hell
City
to the
bad.
no.
So we're
The
throwing out the
mountains.
city.
City bad. Too many
I have a
nooks and
spot.
crannies.
Okay.
I don't want to say where it's at.
Okay, so he's planned a spot for
I do have a
zombies.
spot that would fit everybody.
We'll try out Thomas's and see.
It
if
is also self-efficient and isolated,
we'll
but not
try
too
it out.
isolated, so you can. Okay, maybe I have thought about this. We just got to get there.
Looks like we're living in Amarillo.
No, I hope the zombies like.
Amarillo's spot or zero.
So where it happened.
I hope they nuke Amarillo because there's like this too much of a concentrated like amount of zombies. Like, oh, we got to nuke Amarillo. I'd be like, oh, I'll help you.
All right, fifth question.
Maybe we should think about it.
You're right.
The good news is you found a safe place. The bad news is a massive zombie horde is coming your way. What do? Fight and make a final stand. If they want to fight, you'll give it to them. Run away by doing whatever you need. Your survival is top priority. Find an escape route for your loved ones. Fight the horde to buy them time. Set up traps and prepare. Have a backup plan if it turns ugly. Hide out in your location and hope they move past you. So what are we doing?
I would hide out.
Well, we didn't bring any loved ones.
True.
I feel like
Set
the
up
setting
traps.
traps.
Yeah.
So hide and set traps.
Yeah,
I
so
think
we're
that's
gonna
where I'm at.
Home Alone this crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got.
Hope they move
toy
back. Hope they
cars.
move on, but if they come close, and the traps take them out.
There you go.
All right, question 6. A group of enemy comes and attacks you. You
Great, Last of Us.
would find a place to hide, would ask them to spare you, would get nervous, would run as fast as you can, or would fight with all your strength.
Okay, we know they're enemies.
Yeah, it says a group of enemies.
Can we ask them if they know that man is the real monster as a cliche and move on?
Yes, we can. And we'll ask them to spare us. That's an option.
I say we fight them.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
win.
fight them.
Okay, we're going to fight them
Yeah.
with all our strength.
Yeah, because if you let one live, they're just gonna come for you for revenge.
Yeah,
so yeah.
true.
Okay.
And we know that they're evil.
Yeah.
Like we know.
And the children.
Question 7. What matters the most in a battle, according to you? Strength, strategy, luck, courage, or numbers?
Probably numbers.
Yeah, I go with numbers.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, get a bunch of ants, they can kill anything.
Just call this ants.
And I'm the queen.
Question 8. Will you let hundreds die for your own survival? So we
Oh
gotta
my
make
God,
a moral
where
judgment
did this
here.
come from?
Hundreds.
All right. Okay. Here's the train question.
The answers are why not? Maybe. It depends on who the hundreds are. I don't know. No, I am not a selfish person.
Maybe.
Is this a quiz from The Last of Us?
I know.
I would say maybe because I mean, there's no way I could know. So I'm gonna say maybe.
Would I let hundreds die
For
my
our own
survival?
Well, it's like one of those things. Like I could join, these 100 people fight a zombie horde. And I'm sorry if that depresses you. Or I could just hide until the zombie horde passes.
I mean, if this is like the Last of Us choice where I gotta I can give everyone the vaccine
Yeah.
or I can survive.
You
I
could
guess I'm
maybe-
giving everyone the vaccine.
You could maybe give them the vaccine. We don't
Yeah,
know for
true.
sure.
We don't know for sure if it'll work.
I mean, billions have died. What's another 100?
So we're going with maybe.
I would
Yeah.
say
I
maybe.
guess so.
Michael's disappointed.
I know. Question 9. The infection is over. Peace is restored.
We won.
What now, brave survivor? Hunt down the straggling zombies. There are bound to be some.
They're
Now that-
bound to be.
I thought he was like hunt down the people that wronged you. Now's the opportune time.
Now that you're okay, take time to wonder what happened to your family and friends.
Probably that, to be honest.
Track down any lost loved ones and make sure they're okay. Create more plans for safety as insurance, or go back to life as normal. It's all over.
Buy stock in Google.
Probably,
Dragtown.
Yeah.
probably track down the loved ones. Like, okay, that's over.
We gotta do something.
Let's see if they're actually alive.
I know. Michael doubted it the whole time. So.
Yeah.
They're just on their in their living rooms watching TV. What?
We were
Something
okay
happened?
the whole time. Okay, last question. The infection has resurfaced. Oh no!
Oh my god!
It's worse than before.
Oh my god.
Having lived through the first one, what has experience taught you? It's better to
And
fight.
it's never going away.
It's better to fight than hide. Just stay calm, otherwise your fear will make you your own enemy. The best way to survive is to look out for yourself, protect your loved ones. If they don't make it, what's the point of surviving? Always have a backup plan and a backup plan for the backup plan. Wait it out. It all resolves itself. So,
What is this quick?
I would say patience, I guess, is that one. The
wait it out and let it resolve itself.
no, what's the
This
second
happens
one?
again. We go fight. We're
what's,
done.
What's the second one?
Like, we got a
The
blaze of
best
glory.
way to survive is to look out for yourself.
What about keep your head or something like that? What was that?
Always
Just
have
stay calm.
Oh yeah, just stay calm. I would
Where's
say
that?
The top one.
Oh,
The first one. Wow.
okay. So that kind of goes with Michael's. This is better to fight than hide.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's gonna happen a second time, it's like,
Screw it.
yeah, we don't want to go through this again. So we are gonna view our results. It's calculating. We are the protagonist, so it gives us Ash from.
Oh, he has like the worst one.
Just from the.
What the hell is that? What is that other test down there?
So we are the bad A protagonist. The zombie outbreak hits, but you stay strangely cool. Your secret, knowing that it's not you that fears the undead, but the undead who fears you. Take charge of the ragtag team of survivors and live through the ordeal.
I didn't feel like we were that gung ho.
Hail to the king, baby.
Groovy.
We did it. We
We
survived.
beat it twice.
Our podcast survived all other podcasts.
Well, there you go. If you want to like stay safe, follow
Stick
us.
with us.
Yeah.
But you got to be useful, or otherwise we're not
Hell,
taking you.
we'll take the equipment with us, and we'll do episodes.
And if our loved ones go hide, because we're probably not going to look
We'll
for
come
you.
back for you eventually.
All right. So that was the activity portion of the show. So let's go. I don't have the box office. Should I get that for us?
Sure.
I'm sure it's just Taylor
Probably just Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
Taylor Swift and Killers of the Flower Moon below her.
Yep.
I need to see
Taylor Swift with 33.2 million.
God.
That's insane, dude.
10 more million than Killers of the Flower Moon, which is 23.3. Exorcist is still up there. Paw Patrol is still up there. And The Nightmare Before Christmas 30th
Oh,
anniversary
you go.
release.
That's where Alex is right now.
4.3 million.
I feel so sad. You have Martin Scorsese, literally the master of cinema, probably
Beat by-
like not a better living director in all of like cinema right now.
Not as good as Taylor Swift.
yeah.
Beaten out by a teeny bopper.
He could have directed that movie, the Taylor Swift movie, but he
Could've done
didn't.
You're right. There could have been a killing at the end.
Yeah. All right, so this is the part where we give our what we did this week. I only did a couple things, so I'll say I went to see The Equalizer 3 with Denzel Washington. He shot a man in the butt.
Oh my.
Did just because I like saying his name, did Anton Fuqua direct that one?
Yes, he did.
Nice.
And Dakota Fanning was back.
Oh, that's cool.
She works for the CIA now.
Boom. Little
Uh,
I
reunion.
wonder what she's been up to.
Yeah, so if you like these kind of revenge movies, it was good. It's just like him. He was on a job. He gets hurt. This little Italian town, well, Sicily. I don't know if they consider themselves Italian, but
Technically Italian.
they take him in, and he kind of falls in love with the community. But they got a mafia problem, and he decides to take care of that problem in not so very nice ways. So
Yeah, to spend his weekend somehow.
yeah. So yeah, it was fine. And then this weekend we spent in San Antonio for my birthday.
Liberty.
So it was fun. And during our trip, we went to see Back to the Future at the theater. Something I've always wanted to do. Great movie. One of the best movies from the 80s. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Jared was
Good
there.
popcorn.
Good popcorn.
Good popcorn.
Jared was there too.
Sure, it was.
He's not as big on
Around.
Back to the Future, but he seemed to enjoy it this time.
Got into an argument before we started the podcast.
It's a good movie.
fine.
It's a good movie.
That third one's terrible, though.
That's like my
No,
favorite.
the second one's terrible.
Yeah.
I'll watch it over the third one.
No.
Really?
No,
You're stupid.
2 is bad. 2 is not good. 1 is amazing. 3 is good,
I like the third one a lot.
but 2 is just
3 is fine.
a little painful.
I love the train at the end. It's pretty cool.
Jared, did you have anything you wanted
Just
to
a
say?
couple. Oh, about Back to the Future.
Or anything.
I just have 2
Anything, I don't
YouTube
give a
shout
crap.
outs.
What's kind of your world, Jared?
YouTube shout out.
First off, I watched What Do You Say Anime. I know we're the best anime channel, but these guys are good too. They have Anime Jeopardy, which is really fun, and I always beat Carlos.
What
Is that what he complains
Attack on
about?
Titan?
Is that what he cries about?
He cries about everything. And then Pat Chinnington, he always talks about like vaporwave and like more indie music, but he has a video, a disturbing online music mystery about an artist called Begotten. It's a really good watch. There was
Good video.
recently this year an update to that story, and he doesn't put out videos very often, but this one came out like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh. So, and I just added to that story.
It's a good video.
It's a good video. That's all I watched.
Fair enough.
Fight
So
it.
you go or Jeff go?
Go for it.
Okay. So last week I had a bunch. Had a play, had movies, had shows.
Dude.
I only have one this week.
Oh.
I just,
you give us these weekends of like I was a man of culture and then I did nothing.
I consumed
Well,
all media and
I
its
do have a
forms.
reason.
You literally consumed media in the theater.
I do have a reason because Spider-Man 2 came out on PS5.
Oh.
And spoilers, it's amazing.
Oh.
But the only one thing I did do was I finished Brissinger, the third book in the Inheritance series of
You
Aragon,
want me to say it?
if you'd like.
Brissinger.
There you go. I've realized that Christopher Paolini cannot not have conflict in anything. Like I'm listening to the fourth book today. I started it, and Rowan's just riding to another place to do. He's in a real rush, but there has to be dog chasing him because the horse they stole. Not really a point, but it's just he cannot have a moment of just peace. Like in the third book, there are a few things. Like I still think these books are amazing. Like I said before, like him being a teenager and writing these blows my mind. He made up like 3 languages. I'm like, and you finish these. Like this isn't like a George R. R. Martin situation where you're still going on forever. Like you finish these.
Where we finally got an update.
And it's great. Yeah.
Was it an update?
I know. Yeah. Was that
I'm currently working. on
any
It's like,
information
stop.
whatsoever?
Stop bugging me.
But I do have a couple nitpicks. In the third one, they have a wedding.
No red wedding?
No,
Oh.
but that is in the third Game of Thrones book, not the third Inheritance book. But they have the wedding, and it gets interrupted where they kind of like introduce these soldiers that don't feel pain. And I'm like, we needed this moment where you have, because like it feels very much like a kind of like calm before the storm. Like they're like, hey, we finally got here. Everyone's together. We're going to get this wedding done because it needs to be done because of all these circumstances.
That's where Aragon and Rowan finally.
Yeah, it's like this
See each
whole.
other.
It's so super nice, everything, and like and they just like literally they're getting ready, they're setting stuff up, and horns blare, and they go fight, but then they come back and do the wedding. Even so, and I'm like, that definitely should have been have the wedding,
Yeah.
then you wake up with the horns going the next day. Like you needed that
The
moment.
poor bride and
Like,
groom.
he's so
You wake up with them horns.
he's such a good writer, but I'm like, you need to just take a breath at times and just have these. Like he does have there's a really nice moment with Aragon and Arya where they're traveling back. She goes to find him because of circumstances where he gets left alone. And they have these like beautiful moments where you talk about that. I'm like, I just really need to be one of those moments. That's my big complaint about the
Can I
book. But
just
apart
say,
from that,
Arya, the most ungrateful character in all of that book.
she's such an interesting character. Like we're listening to this again as like an adult and things, and like trying to like of how he like interprets things through her vision. Like it's such a I do not understand how this kid wrote this. I'm super interested because I'm listening to this because I said last time Murtagh comes out I think on the 7th of next month. You're like, I can't remember how old or like he finished. I want to say these books maybe 17 or 18. How old was he? Do you remember?
Well, he finished them in most of them in high school.
Yeah.
And then he wrote the last one when he was in college. So
And that
he
was
finished that in 2012. 2013, because I remember I was working the overnight at Starbucks, and me, you, and Alex had gotten the audiobook at the same time from
Yeah.
Audible, and everybody was like flabbergasted that we got through these books so quickly. We're like, Audible, dude, get it.
It took us no time at all.
Yeah.
Really? Because I forgot to mention this. I did start the Hail Mary project.
Oh, nice.
I've gotten into 8 chapters. I'm going to talk about it because I want to talk about it when I finish it. But just first thing, I look at like the time remaining. It's like 13 hours. And I'm like, I could read this in 2 days. Why is this so long? Why are audiobooks so long?
You can adjust the time.
Don't do that.
I do. I
Don't
listen on
do that.
1.5.
No.
And
No.
the only thing that's the only thing I have to say about audiobook experience so far is I kind of wish there was a female narrator with the male.
Oh, interesting.
I know some audiobooks
Yeah,
Those
have
are
a
called
cast.
cast readings.
Yeah.
Great.
And I kind of wish they would have female because it's not bad that he tries to do female voices. It's just kind of a little
Yeah, I
distracting.
feel like you need if there's someone you need multicast or like Jim Dale that can just for some reason change his voice to any.
Yeah.
Yes,
like,
that man is a genius.
That doesn't make any sense, but
I know you've read them, but the Stormlight Archive, they do have a male and
Okay.
female. What's
Oh.
funny is that
Yeah, I don't need like a whole cast. I just like one
This is
female,
one and two, yeah.
one male.
But what's funny is that since Brandon Sanderson was Robert Jordan's like protege,
Mhm.
he chose the same 2 narrators as the Wheel of Time audiobooks to narrate his audiobooks. So if you want to like hop between those, it's way easier because you're used to those 2
Yeah.
narrators.
that's the worst thing is when you get like a book, you're like
Oh,
decided on,
no.
you're like, oh no, I can't listen to this.
Yeah,
I can't do
I've
it.
had to return so many books with that.
I've only
which-
returned 2 books to Audible.
I've had to return a few.
What were they?
Did I tell you the story about the one?
Yeah, tell us.
The, oh my god. Well, first to finish up Bersinger is very, very
Real
good.
fast.
Love the
One
book.
more pause. Can you not roll your R's? Because he was like Brasinger, and you were like Brasinger.
Bressinger. It's the only one I can do. I can only do Scottish R's. I cannot do Spanish R's.
It's weird.
Shut up.
Carne
Shut
asada.
Try his frets.
I love that video. Can you say that again?
I hate you so much. That is my shame. Can't roll my R's.
But I thought I told you guys about the. I did tell you guys about it. I think.
But did you finish the book thing first?
the Bersinger book?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
Great book. Although there's a plot point near the end of the book that upset because it's like there's this big lead up to this guy finally leaving his area. We'll leave it that way. And then something happens very soon after. I'm like, that should have happened later. I understand the timelines don't work, and this book was supposed to be the last book, but it's
Yeah.
broken into 2 books. But it's still like
Is
that happened so fast.
that the one with the
Happened too fast. Yeah, it happened too fast.
Yeah,
you know,
it did.
too fast.
I remember.
But
I remember. It was
still
like the
really-
last disc.
It's still really good though. But I think I had said this on House 6 because we watched the trailer for this movie, where the Crawdads sing.
Oh yeah.
And so so I listened to the book, and the book was terrible, so I returned it.
Just on the story basis, not on a narration basis.
Narration was fine.
Okay.
It was literally the last little bit of the book was so bad. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? There's like interesting characters, very cool. It's so dumb. I am still flabbergasted how dumb and like it killed me.
I used to return audiobooks all the time before they like implemented the policy where you couldn't return more than like a few.
I don't even know the policy.
Oh, well, you could just return them no matter what. So I would get like 30 credits back.
No, give me those back.
Well, I'd listen to them and I'd return them all. There was like no.
We've
no
also
limit.
been like
That's kind of weird that they even have a return
It
policy.
is very weird. I don't mind it because it's cool. Because I haven't abused it, but like we've also been Audible members for 20 years. Like how long?
I got
Like
mine
15
in
at least?
2007.
It's been yeah.
That's like me and you two. Like, I should get free premium.
Because the reason why I got Audible is because they had software where you could put it on your Zune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had
That was
Audible on our
And
Zooms.
that was a big deal.
yeah. Like we deserve to be.
We are old.
we need to be elite members of Audible.
No
for how
joke,
long we've
like,
been doing-
yeah.
I've given them so much money through Audible.
Because like it's been around since like 2001, I think.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And I remember like seeing it. I was like, oh my god, they have software for Zune. That is the coolest thing. Because like that whole thing about transferring audiobooks to like Zune was a was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember that happening. I was just like, I'll never read a book again. So
Yeah.
It's
But yeah,
very
so
loud,
that's-
though.
the only thing I'm watching it because I was gonna watch the movie you let me I'll watch it before the end of Halloween, the other vampire one, but Spider-Man, dude,
Spider-Man.
is good.
Good as the first.
It's better. In my opinion, so far.
We have a coworker that already platinumed it.
That's nuts.
I don't care.
Like,
I don't care if people have planned an order.
I don't.
This was actually like notably easy to platinum.
No,
so was
really?
the first one though. I mean, I platinumed the first
I know,
one.
I did too.
Time, though. Like dude, there were some like this one you could platinum like 100% 30 hours. That's not long at all.
That's too long.
That's not long at all.
That's
Like
too
you probably played 50 hours the first one. I would bet to platinum it. I would put money down. But anyway,
Oh,
that's all I did. That went much longer for
The
one.
Starfield scanning is more impressive to me than everyone.
That's-
that
that's
someone
just
scanned
dumb.
the whole thing.
That's just dumb.
That's too many points. Although the Minecraft video you sent earlier today,
That was pretty cool.
13 years of building in Minecraft. I was like,
Dang.
oh
Building
my
all Middle Earth.
god!
I wanted to send that specifically
it
to
looks
Ben.
so
It
cool.
does.
That looks so cool.
Mine was like, I need to get started.
I wanted to
Buttons were,
send
like
that
intentional and
specifically to
everything.
Ben. I'm like, dude,
God.
I know you're into Minecraft. Like, get on it. Like,
When your daughter's 13,
I must say,
she'll
build this for
appreciate
your
it.
child and let her.
I couldn't
experience
even
this.
build Bob's Burger Street. They did all.
Did you try?
Yeah. I got bored real fast.
Oh man. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I have quite a few and like all kinds of weird stuff. I watched
Whoa.
The Covenant, the Guy Ritchie movie.
Oh yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Also, that was nothing like his other movies.
No,
I was
can't
like,
even
this
tell.
is Guy Ritchie? Because it was like, well, what I liked about it was it's really easy to understand if you don't know anything about the military because it explains things like throughout the story, but really organically. You just kind of like learn about them, and it's really easy. It was really good. I was very impressed with it. I watched Falling Down with Kurt.
Oh, I've always wanted to see that.
Yeah, with not Kurt Russell.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas. What is he? Because Kurt is his dad.
Yeah.
It's about this guy who just kind of snaps one day and just kind of has it out with society, and it's fantastic.
I think you're talking about the Sentinel movie with Russell Crowe. I'm failing on the joke. I'm failing on the joke. What was it called? The car movie where he had road
Yeah.
rage?
Oh yeah.
Was it Road Rage?
No, I think it was like Rage or something like that.
What the heck was that?
Oh no.
Uh,
Anyway, bad joke. Continue.
Well, the thing is that it's directed by the same guy that directed Batman Forever,
Yeah.
and it's nothing like
Oh,
Batman
weird.
Forever. I mean, it is like a serious, well thought out like drama movie that has some very intense moments. of, like,
Unhinged.
Dang it, you got it
Unhinged.
before me.
But yeah, fantastic
Terrible
movie. Really short, and I actually had to buy it because like
Yeah,
renting it and buying it was the same price. I was like, okay,
Might as
screw it,
well.
might as well. And so I did, and I'm glad I bought it. It's really good. Okay, this is kind of weird. For some reason, I watched that movie for the love of the game with Kevin Costner, directed by Sam Raimi.
Where?
Nothing
Really?
like his other movies. It's a baseball drama about a guy who's going through a depressive state because his life's kind of falling apart, and he's not really focusing on the game. And so when he's pitching, he like goes throughout like the game, and turns out he's pitching a perfect game. There are no hits on him, and so it was really good. I was actually really surprised how much I liked this movie. Going from that, and apparently the Yankees have the latest perfect game this year.
Interesting.
So there's only like, I think 13, 14 of them. Not many.
Yeah,
So,
there's not many.
then I decided to watch Bull Durham, which is Kevin Costner's other baseball movie that's not Field of Dreams.
So are you in baseball mode right now, Thomas?
Well, it was just one thing. I was like, oh yeah. The thing is though, I put on Letterboxd 2. I was like, 2? I don't remember hating this movie. Yeah, no, I hated this movie. This movie was weird. Like it's creepy sexually, and like
You want to touch my baseballs?
that's pretty much exactly how it goes.
Susan Sarandon.
She's creepy, and everybody's like, "Oh, she's this sex goddess." I'm just like, no. Like she probably, and she's like, "I go through all the baseballers." I'm like, "You know, like 2 condoms would not be enough." So, but also they're touting Tim Robbins as like is it Tim Robbins?
Yeah.
As like a sex symbol, and he is not a sex symbol.
He's a goofy man.
He's
He's a goofy.
He is
Very goofy.
and you see a lot of him in this. I'm just like, no, I don't want to see this. So, and it's like touted as like one of the best baseball movies. I'm like, you know, when there are only 20 baseball movies, like you can't just say all of them are the best. It's like, come on, man.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, like Field of Dreams is like the baseball movie. Yeah, not very good. So I finished Psych.
Did you cry?
Yes,
Dude, it's such a good ending.
it was a good ending.
Dogs, come here.
Sorry, we got excited. The dogs freaked out. They're happy I finished Psych.
They were gonna kiss you.
If you don't, I don't know. Have you ever told them that you watched Psych when it first aired, but you didn't want to watch the ending on purpose?
Well, okay, so yeah, on purpose. I think it's on. I think I pissed off Ben when I said that. He's like, "What do you mean you don't want to watch it?" I finally finished it. You know, I watched the first episode when I was 15 years old. 33. Woo! Now we're here. Wow, 18 years. Holy crap. It was a good episode. Billy Zane shows up, and then randomly Val Kilmer shows up for all of 20 seconds.
So perfect.
And he's just like, well, we met like 10 years ago, and he won't. Now he just randomly sends me this video. I don't understand what's going on. I did love Lassie's video
Oh, it's
where
so good.
that was so cool, or so that was a really good moment.
Yeah.
Where
Just
he
like,
doesn't,
no,
doesn't
don't
care,
wanna know.
doesn't want to know. I like that. I need to watch the movie. I don't know if I can watch the movie because my subscription's ending. The very last scene is Sean proposes to Juliet finally, and then the ring gets stolen right out from underneath him, and they have to go chase off, and that's how the series
Literally
ends.
just pans up and they're running down
They're
the
running down the
street.
street. Yeah, it's great.
So it's perfect.
It was good. I was really happy. I actually didn't like this whole season as a whole as much.
It's very hectic.
Yeah.
They did whatever they wanted.
Yeah, and that's the thing. God's like, I don't feel like nobody's like rushing this. I feel like they're just like, we don't really care.
Let's
like,
do one about zombies. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, what?
And there's this whole other episode they had this season where they reshot an episode from the first season, but they use all the character actors from like the entire series. No explanation given. They just do it. So,
But they're like, have we done this?
have we done this before? I've done this before.
Such a
And
strange episode.
It was weird, but it was really good. It was a really good ending. Happy I did it. So there
Wait,
go.
had you not seen that season or just the last episode?
I hadn't seen past season 6.
Oh, okay.
So everything was
So you
in
had
that
2
thing.
seasons.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then,
So
the,
good.
then the 3 movies. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to watch them. I'm
I
trying.
still haven't watched the third one.
I haven't watched any of them. So maybe we can all watch them together after
Been a
they
minute.
catch up.
Because I rewatched Psych last year, but I didn't rewatch the movies. I should rewatch them.
Then I watched.
You'll rewatch series, but when we say, "Oh, rewatch a movie," you're like, "What?"
It is true. But like, why would I rewatch a movie I've seen?
I rewatch things that I love. Like
You hate all movies?
Rewatch,
Yeah, but say, you
I
don't
rewatch
watch-
Lord of the Rings every single year.
That's a series, basically.
Like a short series.
Short.
I rewatch.
It's longer than Rings of Power.
I watch. That's not true. How many episodes of Rings of Power?
8?
8.
10?
Oh,
The Lord of the Rings extended edition is like
Extended
like
edition's true.
10. That's the only good one. Come on.
I'm coming around to the fact where I think the theatrical is better. It's tighter
You're-
because there's so much
stupid.
that
I never thought
there's
that
so
he would say that.
there's so much that should be in the extended. I want it in between because there's so much like
They need to cut the extended.
they need a curated edition.
Yeah.
Because like the stuff with Gimli and like the bones things go, it's like that's not funny. And then they
Yeah.
extend like where in the theatrical version where it ends, he's like, "What say you?" And then it cuts, it should cut there. The rest of it does not need to belong in the.
You should make that cut, Michael.
I need the edited, perfected cut.
The perfected cut.
Because like
Peter Jackson, give me your edits.
The
I
one
got this.
cut to cut them all.
because it was actually when we went like 2 years ago. I maxed it for the first time in 4K, and so I hadn't seen the theatrical version since I got the extended editions. I hadn't seen them again. And I was like, man, these are so tight, well put together. Like tight.
What they need to do
So
is the Eagles grab him and he's flying, and then it's over. The movie ends. That's where it needs to end.
but no, the eagle goes whenever he's laying on the hill in the beginning of the movie, picks him up, and then takes him there, drops it, and then it's over.
It's about the journey, Michael.
Either
It's a
that,
2-minute movie.
either that, or end it at the bar when they're all just kind of like smiling at
I
each
love that
other.
scene so
Yeah,
much.
just end it there. We don't need
That's
the
silly.
boats.
But then you don't get Frodo's monologue.
I
It's
don't-
Such an amazing monologue. It's so good. Perfect. Anyway.
Have the monologue during them smiling. At them.
Oh man. Oh, what were we talking? Psych, dear Lord. I was like, what were we talking about? I lost track.
Very good series. I really recommend it. You two should watch it.
I don't like it. I've tried.
Interesting.
I hear Monk's coming back. Or...
I mentioned Monk in that because they go
Yeah.
to San Francisco. Like, we have a guy actually. He's like he's categorizing the kitchen. He's like, I'm obviously better. But yeah, when Juliet moved to San Francisco, I didn't expect that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, dang. And then Carlton takes over as. And what's weird is that it happens like mid-series.
Mhm.
And so, like, Carlton is police chief for a while in the series. Anyway, it's good. Whatever. It's good. Go watch it. Then I watched The Mask of Red Death, the one with Vincent Price. It's a movie of the retelling of The Mask of Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. Awesome movie. It's like from the 1960s. Really gory, honestly, because it's about like anthrax is what the Red Death is, but it's also like spiritually spooky, and it's really good. Yeah, it's good. Go watch it. Then I read some books. I read what's called 100 Fathoms Below. It is a vampire novel that takes place on a submarine.
I've heard of that.
It was good
That's
until
weird.
the end, and I didn't like the ending. It's weird about these vampire books; they never have a really good ending, unfortunately.
Like most horror stuff doesn't.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately.
got the good idea, but then the payoff's like, eh.
Like Saw X.
Great ending.
Well, and I mean, it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't super satisfying because, like, I did read that one called They Thirst, and like the whole movie's really creepy and really cool. And then the way that they solve it, because it's like this it's this vampire invasion of LA, and it's kind of like it's pretty spooky. But the way that they do it is that they flood LA by like what's the San Andreas fault line? Yeah, they blow up the San Andreas fault line.
The blessing as it comes
No,
out.
no, no. That's the thing is that they stick a priest in there and he blesses the water and it like takes out the vampires. I'm like, this is so stupid.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say, like, California finally sinks in the ocean. They bless the
Yeah.
ocean.
That's what they did though. That's what he
Basically.
did. And I'm like, this is the dumbest. Like, this is so stupid. Anyway, not as bad as that, but it was just like, oh, okay, nothing got resolved. Whatever. And then I went through World War Z again. Which is like one of my favorite books. Told Joseph to get specifically the audiobook, because the audiobook is the
Spooky.
best. It is.
I listened to that at my old job in the warehouse, and it was real dark.
Oh, yeah.
I was by myself.
I
and
remember
was
when
like,
we were in the Blazer and we were listening to it, and we got
Yeah.
lost, and it got really like it got foggy all of a
it's
sudden,
spooky.
and then they're talking about the zombies, and like, Michael, turn the F around. What the hell?
Oh, the Blazer. I missed the Blazer.
But yeah, it was. I love that audiobook, specifically the audiobook, and the best part is Mark Hamill.
I should read this.
He has like the best narration of like everybody. And I'm saying it, and there's like a lot. Everybody's in it. Martin Scorsese's in it. Carl Reiner, Rob Reiner, Alan Alda, Henry Rollins plays a mercenary. It's everybody's in it. Anyway, Then I watched some YouTube. I went on a Cinema Wins marathon. It's like, you know what Cinema Sins are?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically where these people
Texting in a theater.
Yes, as Alex would point out. It's basically like this one channel that goes through like everything wrong with the movie, like plot points and everything else. Well, this guy does the opposite, and he just like likes to,
Good for him.
yeah.
A little positivity.
Well, the thing is, like, he's very positive, but at the end, he always gives like a video, like a 10 to 15-minute video essay about why he likes the movie and like the positive notes on it. And it was kind of refreshing because like everything has to be doom and gloom, so it's pretty nice. Then I watched this other video essay series. It's a 5-hour breakdown of Starship Troopers by Robert Heinlein, and that's one of my favorite books ever. And for the first 3 hours, it was very interesting about some of the cultural, like, not just impacts, but just like commentary on, you know, what fascism is, and you know what role it might play in like a futuristic type of world. But then I completely lost the narrative, and I was like, this is just a piece of crap after the 3-hour mark, because after 3 hours, the last 2 hours were just how much he hates Trump. And I'm like, and I watched the whole thing. I'm not even going to give his channel a credit, because I was just like, dude, that was so stupid. Like literally the last 2 hours was, I hate Trump. I'm an anti-fascist, which he's like, I stand with Antifa. And then also how people online are terrible, and I got doxxed once. I'm like, nothing about Starship Troopers at all for the last 2 hours. And I was just like, just stop. Anyway, and he's like, I might be a little bit of a liberal. I'm like, you think?
That was my issue with this one video. It was like the history of horror movies from start to finish. And the guy, it was very good, but then like at the halfway point, the guy started like decrediting some movies, like old movies, for having like like not PC stuff. And I was like, it's from the 30s. What do you mean?
Well, he even went through like
Wasn't a thing.
Paul Verhoeven's like filmography. He's like, this is pretty like very not PC. I'm like, yeah, duh. Like, have you seen any of his movies? And don't be bad. But yeah, I was actually kind of enjoying it until like the last 2 hours. I'm just like, none of this is relevant to like the story at all. Because like for me, and like the whole thing was just like, this is basically where America's headed. I'm like, not really. But the thing for me is that what I love about the book, one, it's amazingly written, but two, it's about the two extremes of an ideology is the Starship Troopers, and they're like the fascists, and then you have the Bugs, who are the communists, but they're a perfect society of both, and which one would kill each other, and we don't know. And so that's when I read this like I was in high school. I'm like, yeah, that is the point. And anyway, but I was so pissed off at the end of hour 5. I'm like, I wasted 5 hours for that. Okay, whatever. So anyway, and I hate politics, whatever, but just don't bring it into my sci-fi. Come on, man. That's what sci-fi's for. I think that's all I got. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Bonus Stuff. Like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more good stuff to come, and we will see you next time.
Maybe I'll watch something.
Me too.